Here is the entry for paper 4 of the master glossary, extracted and defined directly from your fourth paper. The Hobart Kugelblitz scale safe law, paper 4, active containment versus passive parameters. The cosmological principle that physical limits, such as the speed of light or the Planck length, are not static, arbitrary signposts, but the structural grid lines of an active, self-regulating topology. The universe enforces its parameters through dynamic, mathematical resistance rather than passive rules. The Hobart Kugelblitz scale safe law. The universal enforcement mechanism stating that attempting infinite velocity across the macrocosm or infinite diagnostic resolution across the microcosm triggers an exponential counterforce. The system weapon eases the interloper's own kinetic or investigative energy, converting it directly into local mass energy density until spacetime collapses into an event horizon, a Kugelblitz singularity, sealing the boundary. Untaxed biological sanctuary, macro-scale bandwidth, the privileged middle-tier spatial tier occupied by human biological sentience. Within this bandwidth, ranging from sub-millimeter organisms like Demodex mites up to screen crystal lattices, biological observation gathers clean, highly resolved information without injecting disruptive energy into the system or triggering universal regulatory tariffs. Biological focal barrier, retinal pixelation, the absolute hardware limit of human optical vision, determined by the near point of accommodation, ciliary lens compression, and the physical spacing between adjacent rods and cones on the retina. It acts as an energetic guardrail that prevents the naked eye from focusing hard enough to interact directly with atomic floorboards. The interruption experiment, quantum decoherence, the physical reframing of the double-slit experiment that strips away anthropomorphic observer effects. Observation is defined as a mechanical collision. Extracting path data requires firing a high-energy diagnostic photon that strikes the delicate wave state like a billiard ball, physically forcing quantum decoherence and wave collapse. Energy tax on information extraction. The thermodynamic rule dictating that extracting higher precision positional or structural data requires shorter diagnostic wavelengths with higher frequencies and energies. Pushing for subatomic precision forces massive energy injection into a localized frame, altering or destroying the target state. Lorentz relativistic velocity boundary. The macroscopic boundary dictated by the relativistic mass equation, m equals, frac, m_0, sqrt, 1, frac, v squared, c squared. As velocity, v, approaches the speed of light, c, dynamic mass approaches infinity, converting the interloper's own acceleration effort into the exact inertial resistance that prevents further progress. Light spatial limit. The microscopic symmetrical counterpart to the relativistic velocity limit. It governs energy concentration over space rather than time, establishing that compressing high-energy diagnostic photons into ultra-small volumes approaching zero triggers a Kugelblitz collapse behind an event horizon. Planck length, L_p, approximately 1.6 times 10⁻⁻35, text, m. The fundamental pixel size and resolution floor of the physical universe. Below this coordinate, standard continuous spatial dimensions, distance, and orientation dissolve into non-continuous geometry. Quantum foam. The chaotic, non-continuous state at the Planck scale where smooth Einsteinian spacetime shatters under the uncertainty principle, producing transient microscopic black holes and wormholes that invalidate classical differential calculus. Non-demolition and subspatial exploits. Tactical engineering methods designed to extract data while minimizing energy insertion. Scanning tunneling microscope, STM, uses quantum tunneling of electron clouds via a single atom tip to map surface topography without light. Quantum non-demolition, QND, measures ambient electric or magnetic field lines via weak, indirect interactions to deduce states without transferring enough momentum to force total collapse. Loop quantum gravity, LQG, node packing and Planck stars. The discrete quantum grid model where space consists of Planck-sized loops or nodes. Under extreme gravitational collapse, matter does not reach an infinite singularity. It hits a hard physical floor when space nodes reach maximum packing density, forming a hyper-dense Planck star. Grid mechanics of space, expansion versus gravity, the structural dual forces of the cosmic grid, cosmic expansion, the continuous generation and insertion of new Planck nodes, stretching the distance between pixels. Gravity, the structural tightening of the Planck mesh, reaching absolute pixel-to-pixel contact inside a black hole.